individuals and effect real change in communities. Thank you very much for joining us today. So, I'd like to start with our Commissioner. Sir, so can we very briefly, first of all, define what harassment is?
Women harassment. Anything which, I would say from my experience, anything which disturbs a lady, whether it is either visual or by touch, physical, or any other by signs or any symbols, I think that should constitute harassment. Anything which she's not comfortable with, anything she's not saying okay, then I think that constitutes. It's a very broad definition, but that's what I feel. I mean, anything a lady is not okay with.
Right. Sir, if and when a woman faces harassment, now this is a very big question, on the phone, online, offline, what are the immediate steps she can take to report it?
Fortunately, the number of avenues to complain have been expanded by the police, and especially in Telangana, we have given a lot of options. The dial 100 is the first option. We have really increased its scope, the variety, and the response time.
Right.
So that is the easiest one to remember, and now we have patrol cars and blue coals in every nook and corner of this greater Hyderabad area and in the entire Telangana state. A lot of investment has gone into that, a lot of training, and the response is really quick. Apart from that, we have social media, WhatsApp numbers, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We have all these options open for women to complain. Not only that, there's a special app called the Hawkeye. Right. It has special features, are very easy to access and very easy to complain. It goes right into the control center, command center, and from there the response and the evidence-based policing. So there are several options, and one just needs to recognize and use it whenever the situation arises.
Sir, before I move to the other panelists, I have one very pertinent question. Despite all these methods to escalate such issues, it is a fact that harassment still goes on. So would you say that people are not yet tuned into how to use and access help? Or would you say that the end result of such complaints is perhaps not being made known enough to the people?
It is, I think, double-edged. First of all, our society is such that women are brought up in a manner where they're not supposed to complain. You know, only of late it has been changing. But generally, even if we have seen so many cases where a child goes and complains, and mother says, just don't complain, don't tell anyone else. In fact, there's a recent case, very disturbing, where the father was the perpetrator, and the girl was pregnant, and she was not able to complain to anyone because the mother was not allowing her to. So, that being the situation, I would also admit that the awareness about how to go about it, the general fear of that police may not respond, they may ask embarrassing questions,
right,
and say a few things which are uncomfortable, and so a lot of training has been done with the policemen and police officers to sensitize them to this issue and really respond in a very, a manner in which the complainant feels comfortable. The SHE teams are one such way where they really have the awareness sessions which have gone on. There a lot of effort has been put in the last 6-7 years, and it has really helped. So we see a huge surge in complaints.
Right.
I always tell my officers, don't get scared with the number of FIRs being increased. That is not the way to look at either crime against women or against in the cyber world also of late. The number of complaints increasing is a good sign that people are coming. It's not that the harassment was not there in the past. It was always there. It was not being allowed to come out. The fact that number of complaints are increasing, FIRs are increasing, the cases are increasing is a very good sign, and we all need to look at it like that. In fact, the media also, I would appeal, whenever we show an increase in FIRs, they say against women has increased. It has not. It is just being reported.
It's being
That
reported.
is the attitudinal change we require.